The BJP's sharp attack on Robert Vadra has raised serious issues that may not be new, but are definitely embarrassing for both the Gandhi family and the Congress party. How does the party respond? Here to tell us is its General Secretary and a well-known Gandhi family supporter, Digvijay Singh. Mr. Digvijay Singh, let me start with a simple question. Is Robert Vadra proving to be an embarrassment for the Gandhi family and a liability for Congress?
Certainly not, Karan. Let me put facts before you. Mr. Robert Vadra is a private citizen. He is not in politics, number one. Number two, he has not been allotted any government land at concessional rates. Number three, out of the 21,000 acres of land use which has been changed by Haryana government, his case is only of 3.5 acres. And that too was legally done. A PIL, one second, PIL was filed
just
in the Allahabad High Court.
Let's not confuse things. I'll come to the PIL in a moment's time. Let's stick to the facts you mentioned. I'm going to hit you with a critical fact. And the fact is this. The fortunes of Robert Vadra's companies jumped from 1 lakh to over 300 crore in 7 years. And it's alleged that the explanation is because of favors done by the Haryana and Rajasthan governments and DLF. And the BJP says, and not just the BJP, the Hindu and the Business Standard have said it earlier, that this is a direct outcome of favors granted to Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law amounting to crony capitalism and corruption. That's the critical fact you need to address.
Karan, will you allow me to please complete my sentence? Will you or not?
Go ahead.
Okay, then please have patience with me. What I'm trying to say is, against this order, PIL was filed in the High Court of Allahabad. It was dismissed. The petitioner went into appeal to Supreme Court. It was again dismissed. Now, where is the criminality in the whole thing?
Forgive me. On just that, I'm going to interrupt you
BJP
because your facts are wrong, Mr. Digvijay Singh. It is absolutely true that the PIL submitted by both the Allahabad High Court and the Supreme Court were not entertained. But the courts did not go into the merits of the case. It was being dismissed simply because the court thought it wasn't appropriate for the court to go into. The merits have not been gone into, and now a similar PIL has been admitted by the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court will be hearing it on Wednesday. That's 2 days away. This time, you could face serious problems because this time the PIL has been entertained and merits will be gone into.
Karan, again, you are prejudging the issue. Simply if a PIL has been filed in High Court doesn't make Mr. Robert Vadra as an accused. The point I'm trying to make is that, first of all, there is no criminality involved in the case of Mr. Robert Vadra. Number one.
I'm not so sure.
In the case,
let
me finish. Let me finish,
okay.
Karan. Let me finish. Let me finish. This is not on. This is not on. Let me finish. As far as the Rajasthan government is concerned, there's a BJP government in Rajasthan. They are free to set up an inquiry, and already inquiry is on. Let the inquiry be completed.
Right. Let me now come back to you. Let me now come back to you.
Miss Uma Bharti says,
let's not go to Uma Bharti. Let's not go to Uma Bharti.
Mr. Arun Jaitley says he should be jailed.
Let's not go to Uma Bharti.
Let me finish.
I want to come back on the critical facts.
You've never been like this with me. You've never been like this with me. Please allow me to finish it. Allow me to finish it.
All right, go ahead, finish.
Mr. Arun Jaitley says he should be jailed. Under what law should he be jailed? May I ask Mr. Arun Jaitley?
I don't want to go into the rhetoric of Uma Bharti and Arun Jaitley because that is an irrelevance. I want to come to the facts of the matter that constitute the allegation of crony capitalism and corruption, because that's what we're really talking about. Now, let's first begin. Let me finish. Let me finish.
If you are talking of crony capitalism,
let me finish. It's not fair that you don't let me put the question. That's not a tactic that I think you usually use. I want to talk about the facts as revealed by the Business Standard and the Hindu, now picked up by the BJP, regarding the 3.5 acres of land in Gurgaon acquired by Robert Vadra in February 2008 for 3.5 acres for 7.5 crore. First of all, within 24 hours, the land was mutated into his name. Secondly, within 6 weeks, the Haryana government gave permission for commercial use, thus dramatically increasing the value of the land. 65 days later, the land he'd bought for 7.5 crore was sold to DLF for 58 crore, a jump of 770%. And I put it to you, This is a clear case of favors being granted to Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law at a series of levels, not good luck.
Karan, let me point out to you, if crony capitalism has happened, please look at what has happened in Gujarat. Government of Gujarat has allocated land to some corporates at throwaway prices.
Do two wrongs
even
make
at the
a
price
right?
lesser.
Do two wrongs make a right? Are you justifying crony capitalism with that?
If you don't want to listen to me, then why have you called me here? This is not on. When you talk of crony capitalism, you have to look at the crony capitalism of Gujarat. Why do you ignore that? Why do you target a person who has done a legal business without any criminality involved? And let me tell you another thing. There are number of instances.
To what you're saying.
Number of instances.
You're justifying Robert Vadra by comparing him to allegations against Adnani. You're not actually exonerating Vadra.
Karan,
you're simply justifying it by saying others are equally corrupt.
Karan, if you don't want to listen to me, why have you called me on this? Let me first complete. Where is the criminality? Where is the violation of law? I want to ask you.
Okay, I'll answer that. There is no immediate criminality except for the fact that two things have happened. First of all, mutation has been granted within 24 hours. Change of land use has happened in 36 days flat, 6 weeks precisely. That speed of response from the government of India is unheard of. It was done as a special favor for Robert Vadra, and people ask, did he use his influence as Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law with the Haryana government run by her party to ensure favorable treatment, which you and I as ordinary individuals are denied? Improper use of office, improper use of personal connections is wrong. Whether you consider that legal criminality or not, it's morally improper. That's the first charge.
Will you please listen to me and not interrupt?
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, out of 21,000 acres of land of which the land use has been changed, Mr. Robert Vadra's land is only 3.5 acres, number one. Number two, has law been violated by the government of Haryana? Is there any letter or a communication from Mrs. Gandhi's office or from the Chief Minister's office to do that as a special favor to Robert Vadra?
Can I answer that?
Number three,
can I answer that?
There are a number of instances. There are a number of...
Can I answer that?
Again, you don't want to listen to the answers. You are not listening to my answers.
I am. That's why I'm interrupting. You're saying...
No, but then allow me to answer this.
You see, the point you're not...
Now, again...
paying heed to...
now, you are prejudging the issue.
I'm not.
You are prejudging the issue. Of course you are.
Can I put this to you?
You are saying
Mr.
at the moment there is no criminality.
We're
What are you
talking
saying
of a classic case...
At the moment there is no criminality. That's
no,
a
just
fact.
a moment. We're talking of a classic case of collusion between DLF, the Haryana government, and Robert Vadra to facilitate acquisition of land when he didn't have the money to pay for it. The check by which he paid for it was not in cash. That was a favor done to him. Secondly, when it was in cash, he'd already received an advance from DLF on the sale of the land. That helped him, in fact, pay. Otherwise, the check would have bounced. All of that is a collusion that was added to by the Haryana government, speeding up mutation and speeding up change of land and land use. All of that put together made it possible. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened.
Karan, you are only repeating what you started with without listening to me, without understanding the issue. That is there a criminality involved if the cases are disposed at as early as possible? Of course, if the case is disposed early, you say there is some pressure. If there is, it takes time, then you say people are expecting something out of it.
There are two instances of criminality that the BJP has alluded to. Let me tell you. First, the fact that the registry of the land suggests that payment was made by a particular check. In fact, it was made by another check. Therefore, that element of the registration deed is false. Secondly, the BJP also claims that false declarations were made under the Companies Act when his accounts were revealed. That again is a second element of criminality. And the third element of criminality that the BJP alleges is that he may not have declared that he has land in excess of the amount that is permitted by law, both in Haryana and possibly also in Rajasthan. Three elements of criminality on top of what is improper collusion to benefit an individual because he happens to be the son-in-law of Sonia Gandhi, which smells of the sort of crony capitalism that you're accusing Adani of. Now, that's a huge big combination of charges against Robert Vadra, which is why I ask, Has he embarrassed you?
Now again, the BJP makes a film out of facts which are already known in the public domain. Number one, if there's a criminality, would Mr. Arun Jaitley or BJP file an FIR in the court or in the police station if there's a criminality? Why are they fighting shy of it?
In other words, you're challenging them to fight an FIR rather than to just make accusations at press conferences.
Yes, I'm challenging them because there is no substance in their allegation. They only want to capitalize on wrong facts and insinuations against the family.
Let me then bring to your attention allegations raised by the Wall Street Journal, an American newspaper, concerning Robert Vadra's purchases of land in Rajasthan.
Is that Wall Street Journal a CAG report?
No, just a moment.
Is Wall Street Journal a CAG report?
Hear me out. Before you deride it, hear me out. The Wall Street Journal has said that between June 2009 and August 2011, Vadra's companies bought some 1,634 hectares of land in Bikaner, an area where the Rajasthan government shortly thereafter decided to establish a solar park. And the clear accusation is that Robert Vadra had advance information of what the Rajasthan government intended to do. He bought the land cheap and then benefited when its value went up several fold. Once again, a classic case of crony capitalism. And the Wall Street Journal adds that he's already sold 1/3 of the land he bought at a purchase price 3 times above what he paid for it. He's clearly already made good money, or bad if you want.
Karan, is Wall Street Journal a CAG report for you? Is it authenticated? It's a story which you are taking as a gospel truth. Now, as far as Rajasthan issue is concerned, the BJP government and Vasundhara Raje Scindia is already investigating into this. If there is a criminality, then action will be taken. But the fact remains, a private deal between two private persons is not an issue. That can't be called a crony capitalism.
Oh, hang on a second. You're calling Adani crony capitalism. That's a private deal between people.
Please allow me to. Karan, allow me to finish.
Okay.
Karan, allow me to finish. If crony capitalism you have to look at, please look at the crony capitalism of Gujarat in number of cases that you don't take note of.
Let me put this to you. There are 3 critical concerns that arise from the Vadra allegations to do with Haryana and to do with Rajasthan that I believe are deeply worrying for your party. I want to put them to you one by one. The first, could Vadra have become so wealthy that his fortunes ballooned from 1 lakh to 300 crore in 7 years without Sonia Gandhi knowing and without Sonia Gandhi asking questions? Or was she in some way complicit? That's the first key concern that people are asking.
Karan, there are a number of cases in which people with thousands of rupees in their pocket, I know of the case, I don't want to name them corporate, they've become their capital market is coming to thousands of crores.
They are not Sonia Gandhi's sons-in-laws.
So I'm not going on to that.
They are not Sonia Gandhi's sons-in-laws.
Is there a criminality?
When her son-in-law is involved,
I just want to ask you one thing.
Know?
Where is Karan, come on, be patient with me, be fair to me. You want to only allege, you want to only make allegations, but not prepared to listen to reasonable answers. What I'm trying to say is, where is the criminality involved if there's a price escalation in the land prices? Where is the criminality involved?
There's not criminality immediately involved. There is crony capitalism. There is benefiting from insider information. There is benefiting from collusion from her mother's party government in Haryana. That is impropriety stretched to the point of crony capitalism, verging upon corruption.
I've already answered. Unfortunately, you are only harping on the old tune.
Let me put the second.
Not listening to my answers.
Let me, Mr. Digvijay Singh, put you the second concern that worries people today. Was Robert Vadra and his companies the real intended beneficiaries of the money that he's amassed? Or was the beneficiary someone else, possibly his mother-in-law, perhaps his wife? That's the second key question. Was he just a front for money for his mother-in-law and his wife?
Karan, you have known the family longer than me. We have known the family also, and not a single allegation has stuck to this family. Even during the Bofors, not a single allegation has stuck, even in spite of the fact that the NDA government had 6 long years to prove the case. Similarly, timing of this whole case is the BJP wants to make a capital out of nothing. They have no case. There is no criminality involved. There is no untoward favor shown to Mr. Robert Vadra. Out of 21,000 acres of land use change,
untoward favors shown to him, which you don't want to recognize.
And also,
those untoward favors amount to the amassing of a fortune by him, which you don't want to accept. That amassing of a fortune suggests that maybe he wasn't the person it was intended for. Maybe it was actually intended for his mother-in-law. That you haven't answered. Let me put one last critical question to you. One last question.
I strongly object by such accusations. I strongly object to that coming from a responsible person like Karan Thapar and from responsible.
I recognize your right to object. Let me put you the reason. Let me put you the reason why I put it the way I did. People say this is worse than Bofors. When Bofors happened, the trail stopped at Quattrochi. This time, the money trail goes straight into the heart of the Gandhi family.
You are falling prey to the propaganda of the BJP against the Nehru-Gandhi family. It's not happened from today. From 1947 onwards, they have targeted Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, they have targeted Indira Gandhi, they have targeted Rajiv Gandhi, and now they are targeting Sonia Gandhi. They have been targeting Nehru-Gandhi family from not today, since 1947.
Can I put this to you? This is my last question. A moment ago, you said you challenged people like Arun Jaitley to file an FIR. Why isn't the opposite happening?
Yes.
If this is defamation of Robert Vadra, as you're saying, as he seems to be suggesting, why is he silent? Why isn't he filing a defamation suit against the BJP? Why didn't he earlier file a defamation suit against Arvind Kejriwal? Why hasn't he filed defamation suits against the Hindu and the Business Standard, who first exposed all the details I've quoted to you? If he's innocent, the onus is on him to file a defamation suit. He could make a lot of money if he's innocent. He could make another fortune. Why doesn't he do it?
Karan, I don't hold the power of attorney for Mr. Robert Vadra, number one. Number two, if there is a criminality involved, if the BJP wants to send Robert Vadra in jail, I challenge them to file an FIR against Robert Vadra's land deals.
My last question. You're a very effective politician. You're very close to the Gandhi family. But in your heart of heart, as you face up to May the 16th and the likelihood that Narendra Modi will be the next Prime Minister, are you scared that Robert Vadra could end up under arrest, found possibly guilty by a court, ending up in jail? Does that worry you?
It doesn't worry us at all. We have faced the BJP, we have faced the NDA over the years, during the NDA regime also. These people have been targeting the Nehru-Gandhi family from 1947 onwards.
Okay.
But what has happened? Not even one single case have they been able to prove anything against the Nehru-Gandhi family.
All right, Mr. Digvijay Singh, I thank you for agreeing to come. My apologies if you thought I was interrupting you once too often, but I'm particularly grateful that you were willing to come and answer these questions. That is a rare quality in a congressman, because many today are actually ducking this issue.
And Karan, also please do some research on the crony capitalism of Gujarat also.
We will indeed, I promise you.
And impartial.
We will definitely do that in a big way.
Thank you.
Very likely that we'll actually do it tomorrow.
I challenge you to do that.
Ravi Shankar Prasad is our guest, and we reverse the situation and question him about the charges he's leveled against Robert Vadra. Join us tomorrow for the other side of this critical debate as we try and get to the bottom of the allegations made against Robert Vadra. Is it opportunism on the part of the BJP, or is it a sign of guilt and impropriety on behalf of Robert Vadra? That's tomorrow. Same program, same time. But for tonight, goodbye, good night.